Guards up higher than the Lord allowed. Me confusing fortified walls as a place of refuge, where compromise, indoor idol worship had been laid down. Yet, sacrifice is not obedience. Although free from fidelity and circumstances, yes, it felt like meekness. However, residue lingered in crevices and cracks and corners and behind picture frames, hidden out of view of spectators, out of fear of opinions, speculations, perspectives, indoor mockeries. Trust-inflicted anxiety, which is an issue that has held me bound, gagged, and captive, that I felt okay with, because I had no need to respond behind them high and lifted up walls. Guards up higher than the Lord allowed. Apprehension was fully mistaken for a false sense of being more than a conqueror. They had taken on a form of isolation and long candle spoons. Sacrifice is not obedience. Me sitting proudly in emotional demise. Freedom should be peaceful, sound-mindedness without dividing lines. Not fortified walls without windows. Living in captivity as a captive. To obey is better than sacrifice. Unbeknownst to me, I traded one bad habit for another. I put defense over trust, sacrifice over obedience, made it look like boundaries, but in reality, I was stuck between the duality of a positive and a negative that equaled double-mindedness. Animosity institutionalized my comings and goings. Our fear let anyone in and rested in quietness and stillness. I was no longer in a tug of war. I thought. I only trusted myself and secretly hid from the world in a house built on fragmented memories that reinforced and justified my decision to abide in my self-made fortified shelter as a place of refuge, keeping out Vikings and Puritans out. For a while, I smiled and exhaled. However, eventually my stronghold took on the form of a mental place of confinement. Guards up higher than the Lord allowed. I realized it wasn't obedience that got me there. See, submission is fearless, yet I was fearful, doubtful, which is the enemy of trust. So I repented and asked God to deliver me from myself. Now, out of obedience, to trust him with my whole life. My guards was up higher than the Lord allowed because of self-pity. I laid down one sin and traded it for another. Fear. Oh, trust issues.